and this is show number 57. And again, we're going to start out by working on those hamstrings. Just about everybody I talk to will talk about, well, they're so limited in their joint movement and their hamstrings are so tight. If you're athletic, that's obvious because you're working it so much. And then if you're a couch potato, not to be insulting or anything, but if you just sit around and don't do much, you're going to have it. So in that case, you're in the same category. So we're going to end up going back down onto the back, stomach tight. If your back is weak, bend your knees. Otherwise, draw that navel into your backbone. Slowly come down, easing down one vertebra at a time. And have your arms alongside of your body. Bend your left knee and put your left foot flat on the floor. Anchor into a pelvic tilt. That's always important. Please remember that. It doesn't mean that only when you're doing yoga. Anything you do when you're doing leg lifts, make sure you go into a pelvic tilt to protect your back. And then bring your right leg up. Bring it up closer and closer towards your face. And reach up, hold onto your calf or the back of your knee, wherever you're able to, and begin to pull that leg toward your face, stretching through the hamstring. You really feel it in the hip joint as well. And then lower, and bend the right knee and have the left leg straight out again, stomach tight, a solid pelvic tilt. Glide your leg up, hands up behind your knee, behind your calf. Pull toward you, pull toward you. Breathe softly. No bouncing, never bouncing, because you do that, you start jerking it. And what you'd rather do is slowly warm up those muscles. Begin to pull them toward you, feel the resistance and stop, and then go back down. And when you do it again, you'll find that they've given in a little bit more. Go back to the right leg, bring your right leg up. Glide up a little higher, pull toward you, stretching through the hamstring, pull, and lower, and bend your knee, and the left leg up, glide your hands up, pull, try to come up towards your ankle, keep that lower back flat on the floor, and lower. So far so good. It doesn't seem all that hard, does it? Well, get ready. Have your right leg out, left leg out. It's amazing the difference you're going to find. Anchor in, pelvic tilt. Bring your right leg up, and it doesn't want to come up as high. So we just have to bear with it and try to coax it. Lengthen up, lengthen up. Breathe softly, stretch through the hip joint, through the hamstring. Pull the leg closer toward your face and lower. Stomach tight, pelvic tilt, left leg up. Coax it now, don't force it. Breathe softly, coax. Glide your hand up, pull towards you, and down. Okay, so here's a little clincher. Stomach tight, pelvic tilt. Bring your leg up, reach up, try to hold your toes, and pull the toes toward your face. Stretch. The left knee will be slightly bent, and lower. Stomach tight, pelvic tilt. Bring the left leg up. Get to your toes and pull the toes toward you. Stretch. The right knee will be slightly bent and lower. And stomach tight, pelvic tilt. Both legs up. Hold your toes and pull. Pull. Stretch through the hip joints. Now put your mind into it. Feel it in your hip joints, in your hips, and through the lower back. And actually, this is not as difficult as the individual leg when you do that. So this, you have a little bit more flexibility. Stretch deeply. Enjoy the feeling, such a thorough stretch. And then stomach tight. Keep that lower back flat on the floor. Ease your legs down. Keep the waistline on the floor. And if you can't, bend your knees. Then bend your knees. Stomach tight, pelvic tilt. Push the feet as far away from you as you can. Pick up your head and shoulders. Interlock your thumbs. And sit up. And as always, put the soles of your feet together just to stretch out through the low back. Fold forward. Pick up your head, bring your torso up, and we're going to work on your ankle joints all the way up into your hip joints. This is called like the little pigeon ankle turner. You separate your feet, you get to the front part of your sitting bones, and you bring your toes in toward one another as far in as you possibly can. Get your mind into the hip joints. Rotate. This is not easy to do. Pull those toes down, down toward the floor, then lift up, go out. Try to put your feet as much to the side of your feet on the floor as possible. Again, the knees are going to be slightly bent. This is not the most graceful looking thing. And then bring the toes in. Come on down. Try to get those toes closer and closer to the floor. Feel it all the way up into the hip joints. Pressing down. Keep your stomach tight. Have your legs going out, going all the way out. Try to put the outside of your feet on the floor. Coming up, toeing in, toe in. Pull those toes down as close to the floor as you possibly can. Pull a little farther down. I want to just get down there and make them go. You can't use your hands. You just keep pushing, lifting up, going out. Make the awareness now all the way into the hip socket. The legs out, the toes going out, coming back in, folding in, coming in, all the way down, going back out, all the way out. This is really, really good for those joints. And again, keep your stomach tight and bring your toes in deeply now, deeply. Try to just see how much closer you can get the feet to the floor. And relax, completely relax. Coming into a cross-legged position. We're going to work the muscles in your shoulders, through your neck, and the arms. Sitting upright, bring your arms out and place your palms so they're facing the floor. Sometime recently we did one where you brought your arms back and you try not to throw your head forward. This time we're simply doing circles. So you bring your hands, you start with small circles, and the circles will get progressively larger, going backwards. You're making circles in a backward direction, making them larger and larger and larger and larger. But don't thrust your head forward. Lengthen your waistline, flatten your stomach, get those circles bigger. You're going to begin to feel a little bit of fatigue coming into the upper shoulders. That's exactly the area that we're working on. Get those arm circles bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now begin to make them smaller. Coming back in, smaller, smaller. Work the muscles. If you put your attention into the area we're working, you will get more of a workout. You know that we're working the shoulders, the upper shoulders, so contract those muscles, help your body along with it until your small circles are nice and small. Now, turn your palms to the ceiling, and this time you go forward, forward circles, forward circles. You're going to notice a difference. And I'm not going to tell you where, I want you to pay attention. Make your circles larger, keep the palms facing the ceiling, make the circles in a forward direction, get them larger and larger and larger and larger. Come on up, big. Get your mind into your trapezius muscles, the side of your neck, into the shoulders. Big, big circles, draw your stomach in, and then begin to make them smaller again. Coming back in, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then put your hands on your knees and relax. You'll feel that. Get your right hand and rub into the top of your left shoulder. Stimulate the circulation and right up alongside of your neck. Left hand onto the right shoulder. Rub it or squeeze it. Just get that little tension out of there. Both hands. That'll help to develop good strength and toning in your shoulders. Some time back, we did the posture where you bring your right heel to your right hip, the left foot to the inside of your thigh. Do you remember that? Where we would lift and lower and rotate and rotate. Come on, rotate and rotate so you end up in the same position, working up through the hips. We're going to do the same thing now, except it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to call more on your muscles, because another thing we did was stretching over with the arms coming up. You remember that? And coming all the way up. Well, now, let's do that one time on either side to get you ready. So have your arms back behind you. Have your torso over your left thigh. Inhale. And then exhale and fold forward. Lead with your chin. Fold forward. Empty the air. Stretch your ribs over your thigh. Forehead on the floor. Arms up. Open your chest. Open your shoulders. Pick up your head. Inhale. Come up slowly. Make those back muscles bring you up. And exhale. And we're going to do it again on the other side. You just rotate. Coming over the other side. Arms back. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, stretch your ribs over your thigh, forehead down, arms way, way up. Pick up your head, inhale, slowly come up. Make those hip muscles work, and exhale. All right? Now, feet flat, you just rotate, bring the heels right back where you were. This is the difference in this variation now. We're going to have your arms out in front, and it will be more difficult. So sit up, inhale, arms straight out, and then exhale, slowly stretch forward, lengthen your arms forward, fold forward, fold forward. Pick up your head, inhale, coming up, arms shoulder level, and exhale, arms down. Rotate. Going back in exactly the same position. Having your arms out in front. Inhale. Exhale. Go slowly over your extended leg. Reach with your arms. Reach with your arms. Fold. Feel it in your hip. Pick up your head. Arms up. Shoulder level. Coming up. And exhale. Arms down. You might want to try that one more time either side, and I'll see you later. Bye.
To purchase a copy of Priscilla's Yoga for Expectant Mothers, program 012008, please call 1-800-553-7752 or write to the address on your screen.